try to describe what Bridgerweight is to the best of my abilities. I just read this somewhere. I don't know if it makes sense or not. So the weight limit is 224 pounds. The fighters must come in at 224 pounds or below, meaning guys like Deontay Wilder can compete in this division or subdivision, whatever you want to call it. I know most fighters have shown no interest, right? But today is the first ever WBC Bridgerweight title fight between Rivas and Rozicki. I'm going to say Rozicki. I don't know. Maybe there's, who was that, Polish? I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there who can correct me. But Bridgerweight, it was named after 6-year-old American Bridger Walker, who saved his 4-year-old sister from a stray dog in July of 2020.
Yeah.
Thoughts, comments?
I mean, to me, that's admirable and everything, but what does that have to do with boxing? Anyway, no offense. No offense. And we already know what these sanctioning these bodies do. It's to collect the fee. We already know. So I think it's unnecessary unless it's backed up by more fighters.
Yeah, that's the thing. The fighters have to say, "Nah, we're good. We're not gonna fight for that title." Of course, it's hard for other guys like Oscar Rivas, who doesn't get the most attention, the most promotion, doesn't have the most fans in the world, doesn't make the most money in the world. This is probably an opportunity that he probably thinks he can't just let pass by. He probably looks at the heavyweight division and says, I'm not beating those guys, so I might as well just settle for this title. But yeah, I think it's going to ultimately, I think it boils down to the fighters to say, no, I'm not going to fight for this WBA world title, this interim title. Obviously easier said than done because that's their dream since their beginnings, to win a title, right? So it's catch-22, man. It's a catch-22, but I couldn't care less about a Bridgerweight, honestly. I'm not tuned in, but I might put it on after the podcast, just out of curiosity. But I have no interest in a Bridgerweight WBC title.
To me, like, I understand where there's weight divisions for a reason, and I understand from 200 and up there's a big weight disparity. I think if it's backed by science, if it's like you said, if it's backed by boxers, if there's like a consensus between all governing bodies, and if it's signed off by a majority of boxers where they say, we do want to build another division, for safety, I guess, purposes. If it's backed by all that, then I'm okay with like a natural heavyweight and then a super heavyweight division. But if no one's there like asking or clamoring for this, or I think it's a little clear what it's a WBC, correct?
Yep,
WBC. What they're doing here, trying to get more fees. So I'm not going to tune into that until it's backed by more governing bodies and by the fighters and by science.
Oh, he says no, we didn't. Oh, sorry, kind of going back to the Sean topic. He says, no, we didn't bet. He covered me last time. All right, so Pete's on Sean. Let's go. He says Bridgerweight history being made right now.
No.
Big Bro says, I thought that was a joke, but apparently they're going through with it, and it's a real thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. We'll see if that garners any interest from any other heavyweights. Now, do we have to blame Tyson Fury for this? Do we have to blame Anthony Joshua for this? Do we have to blame Deontay Wilder for this? Because these guys are 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", respectively. Huge heavyweights. Bigger than most heavyweights in the history of the sport. Is it their fault? Is it their fault? They look at them, they're like, man, these men are just too big in size. We're going to have to make it a little more fair for the smaller heavyweights.
It's those Eastern Europeans, man, and Tyson Fury. for sure. Let's blame those guys.
Hey,
No, I mean it's
Usyk would dominate the Bridgerweight.
for, for real.
Even Wilder too. Even Wilder can come in at 220 easily.
Yeah.
He
See, that's the
decided to
thing.
look like Superman for this fight, and it didn't help him at all.
Honestly, once we see Usyk with Tyson Fury, and if he makes it competitive, and if he edges out a win, no need. You know what? I'm big enough. I know I've called him small, and in height wise, but man, he is not small when it comes to skills. And again, skills pay the bills. So I think when we see that fight, we'll see if there's really any disparity or enough to clamor for another division. But
yeah,
no one's asking for it, so I think they're fine for now.
To this day.